Welcome back to part 2 of Stop Believing These Popular Myths. Here on World Decoded, we're uncovering some shocking truths behind everyday beliefs, and today, we're diving even deeper. Let's start with a few quick-fire questions. Have you heard that fish only remember things for 3 seconds? Think again. How about the belief that eating carrots will give you perfect vision or that reading in dim light will ruin your eyesight? And don't we all think that fingerprints are totally unique or that using your phone while it's charging is dangerous? These are just a few of the myths we'll bust wide open in this video. Get ready to challenge what you thought you knew, because not everything we've heard is true. With that being said, let's jump in. Let's start with a myth that many people rely on, especially during cold and flu season. The belief that consuming vitamin C can prevent or cure the common cold. Many people double up on vitamin C supplements or guzzle orange juice at the first sign of a sniffle, hoping to ward off an impending cold. While vitamin C is certainly important for immune function, studies have shown that for the general population, taking vitamin C does not prevent colds. Some research shows a minor reduction in cold duration, mainly in populations under extreme physical stress like athletes. This idea gained traction after a Nobel laureate promoted it, but modern research has largely debunked it, showing vitamin C is only mildly helpful and not the miracle cure it was thought to be. The idea that fish have a 3-second memory is a widely believed myth, popularized in movies and media. However, studies show that fish have a much longer memory span, with some species capable of recalling specific training routines for months and even recognizing human faces. Fish have shown impressive problem-solving skills that rival those of many land animals, which further debunks the misconception that they lack memory or intelligence. This is a great reminder that animals often have capabilities we don't fully understand. One persistent myth, particularly relevant in today's digital age, is that digital eye strain causes permanent damage to eyesight. It's true that excessive screen time can lead to temporary discomfort, including dry eyes and headaches, but studies show no evidence that it causes permanent harm. The temporary strain is often due to decreased blinking and poor screen ergonomics, rather than any inherent danger in digital screens. Practicing the 20-20-20 rule, taking a 20-second break every 20 minutes to look at something 20 feet away, can help relieve eye strain, but there's no need to worry about lasting damage. A quirky yet popular myth is that eating carrots significantly improves eyesight. This belief traces back to World War II, when British propaganda claimed that their pilots' superior night vision was due to carrot consumption, as the British government wanted to keep the Germans from discovering their secret radar technology, which allowed British planes to detect German bombers at night. In reality, carrots do contain vitamin A, which is essential for eye health, but eating extra carrots won't improve vision beyond normal levels. The carrot-eye connection remains a powerful example of how effective messaging can create long-lasting beliefs, even when they aren't entirely accurate. In today's world, many people believe that using a phone while charging is dangerous or damages the battery. This myth stems from the early days of mobile devices, where battery technology was less sophisticated, and using substandard chargers could indeed pose a risk. However, modern phones are equipped with advanced power management systems that prevent these issues. High-quality chargers don't affect your phone's health when used while charging, though using the device may slow down charging speeds slightly. As long as you're using reliable chargers, your phone will charge safely. A myth that persists even today is the idea that reading in dim light damages eyesight. While reading in low light can cause temporary eye strain or discomfort, it has no lasting effects on vision. The discomfort comes from the eyes needing to work harder to focus, but once lighting improves, the strain disappears without any permanent harm. This is a classic example of an old wives' tale that has been passed down for generations, but has little basis in scientific fact. Another classic misconception involves the concept of distinct taste areas on the tongue for different flavors. For years, people believed that sweet, salty, sour, and bitter flavors could only be detected in certain zones of the tongue. This myth came from a mistranslation of German research in the early 20th century, which was later debunked by studies showing that all taste sensations can be detected anywhere there are taste buds. So despite what many of us learned in school, our tongues aren't divided into taste regions. We experience flavor across the entire surface. A common misconception, especially in Asian cultures, is that sleeping with wet hair can make you sick. This belief suggests that wet hair lowers body temperature, increasing susceptibility to colds. But colds are caused by viruses, not cold temperatures or damp hair. Studies show that viruses do spread more easily in cold environments, but wet hair doesn't impact viral infection rates. So while it may be uncomfortable to sleep with wet hair, it won't actually make you sick. The idea that fingerprints are completely unique is another long-standing myth, even though it has been a cornerstone of forensic science for over a century. While fingerprints are certainly unique enough for personal identification, they aren't as one-of-a-kind as we might think. Research has shown that while no two fingerprints are identical, there are many overlapping patterns, and fingerprints aren't as absolutely unique as once believed. This revelation doesn't invalidate their use in forensics, but does show that the science behind their uniqueness is less exact than previously thought. The idea of having a dominant left or right brain that dictates personality traits is another enduring myth. People often describe themselves as left-brained if they're logical and right-brained if they're creative, but research has shown that both hemispheres of the brain work together for most tasks. While certain functions are indeed localized, there's no evidence that individuals predominantly use one side of the brain over the other. This myth remains popular because it's simple and makes personality traits feel quantifiable, but in reality, our brains are far more complex and integrated. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching Part 2 of World Decoded series on misconceptions that people still believe. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell. Your support means everything and truly motivates us to keep bringing out more informative and interesting content for you guys. Today, we covered myths that have shaped everything from our daily routines to our beliefs about health and the human body. Whether it's the idea that vitamin C is a miracle cure for colds, the myth that sleeping with wet hair causes sickness, or the belief that eating more carrots can magically improve eyesight. These ideas have been repeated for so long that it's easy to see why so many people take them as fact. But if there's one thing we've learned, it's that science is constantly updating what we know, and what we accept as truth should always be open to a little bit of scrutiny. And this is just the beginning. Who knows? Maybe something you've taken as true your whole life is actually a myth too. Stay tuned for future episodes, and keep exploring with us here on World Decoded.